This has been the most harrowing experience of my life. I never thought moving into a different place would change my life so drastically.
Such a haunting interview came an AB marker.
It's still very vivid. Anytime I think about it, I can see the spirits. I was living in terror. It was just pure terror for days. I can never go back to being the person I was.
In the winter of 2016, Zoe Day, a divorced mother of two, reluctantly moves into a new home. She's by herself. Her daughter attends college while her son stays with his father.
Home sweet home.
In 2016, my daughter was just starting college, and my son was still a junior in high school.
It is what it is.
My ex-husband and I shared custody of the kids, so they were back and forth. The kids and I had lived in Calabasas for almost 10 years, but my landlord needed to sell, so we had to look for another place. Unfortunately, at the same time, there were low inventory of rentals available. The Thousand Oaks townhome was definitely a step down from the Calabasas townhome. The house was just not as ideal.
Thankfully, Zoe's parents have come to her rescue.
Well, I've got gloves, I've got bleach, I've got sponges, I've got it all.
My parents came down and they not only helped me move everything from here to there.
If you guys need me, I'll be upstairs cleaning.
Okay.
We had to clean everything. There was a lot of work involved, getting it ready to move in, livable.
Ew. Look at this. It is full of all this.
Being at my daughter's house, I didn't love being there. It didn't feel great, but we didn't want to put any negativity out about it. We wanted everything to be as happy and as homey and as positive as possible, and so that's how we tried to be.
Hun! That's not good.
Oh my God.
There were some real problems that had to be addressed by the landlord, but it was like, what could you do? We were pretty much stuck and didn't have alternatives, so it was a case of, we will make it work.
The rest of the house is just as run down.
At the top of the stairs, there was a closet door. It didn't open easily. I had to really pull on it to get it to open and really shut it to get it to close. I just knew I had to tough it out and make the best of it.
Great. One more thing to fix.
Hon, can you pass me the hammer, please?
Yep.
Beyond all odds, Zoe and her parents transformed the shabby townhouse into a livable space.
We knew it would probably be helping her over a period of a couple of days. The three of us pretty much did all the work and made it happen.
This place looks great. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome, honey.
The place, we cleaned it up really nice and made it, made it really cute and homey.
Hey, look what I found. Oh, isn't that great?
I really hope the kids will like it here.
We had a lifestyle that we were all very comfortable, and that was difficult to change.
They'll have to.
The kids, they weren't happy about having to move. They liked it where they were. They had friends where they were. They weren't looking forward to this.
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted.
Yeah, let's get some food and rest up at the hotel. Tomorrow we'll get the rest of the stuff upstairs, fix anything else we can fix. Then we're heading back home.
Sounds like a plan.
But little do they know, Zoe's presence has triggered an awakening.
Slow.
In February of 2016, Zoe Day moves into a townhouse in Thousand Oaks, California, with the help of her parents.
Okay.
All right.
Got it?
Corner, yep.
Coming.
Okay. All right. Whoop. Okay.
The place was in kind of a rundown condition.
This house had so many issues. It was just one thing after another. And I just chalked it up to poor maintenance.
Almost there.
I didn't want to move. It wasn't my choice. It's just what had to happen. And so we made the best of it.
After 3 days of helping out their daughter, Laura and Robert head home.
Thank you.
I'll text you when we get to Big Bear, okay?
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Even though it wasn't wonderful to be there, it was still, Zoe had made it home.
But unbeknownst to Zoe and her parents, Zoe is not alone.
There were times when I'd walk up the stairs and the closet door would just be open, and I would look around thinking it couldn't have opened by itself because it was so stuck. I had that feeling, very unsettling feeling about being there. I didn't know why. I just felt really bad energy, and I wanted to get out.
Zoe decides to get some fresh air.
started feeling really uneasy and like something was following me. And I kept looking over my shoulder, but there was nobody there. It was just me, but I'd just get a sense that there was something there. I just couldn't get home fast enough. I was afraid I was going to get jumped or something. I felt very vulnerable.
Ever since Zoe Day moved into a new neighborhood in Thousand Oaks, California, she's felt uneasy.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I was being watched and followed, and I just wanted to get back to the house and close the door. I just panicked, and I felt, I'm not safe here. I'm not safe here.
Hello?
Mom, I'm not living here. It's not safe.
What are you talking about?
I can't live here. You've got to move me back to Calabasas. Hello?
We get the phone call from Zoe and she was very upset, saying, I can't stay here. This isn't safe. We have to move back. You could have threw a bucket of ice water in my face at that point. It was just like, what? What? And she was hysterical.
Zoe? That is your home now. There's no going back. You just need to accept it.
At that point, I was thinking that she was very much missing her old life. You know, it was just heartbreaking. And I said, honey, we're not moving you back. So that's all there is to it. You sleep on it and we'll talk about it in the morning.
She didn't believe that there was anything wrong. She just thought that I was stressed out or that I was overreacting. But I knew that it wasn't that.
Everything's gonna be okay. Good night, honey.
Get it together. I had to be at work. And so I steeled myself inside, kind of went through the motions. I just heard this heavy, angry stomping. It was so loud. It was like a 500-pound man was just stomping. The closet door was open again.
And this is just the beginning. One night, Zoe falls asleep in the living room.
It was a very slight girl with blonde hair, and just looking at me. She was very, very pale. All of a sudden, I was hanging over the stairwell. And I just thought that I'm gonna die. This is it.
Zoe Day is being levitated by a ghost inside her home.
I'm wondering, what do you want from me? Like, why are you doing this to me? I'm hanging there above the stairs. I could see the bottom, and I'm looking down going, she drops me, my neck is gonna crack. I broke down. I was terrified, and I felt powerless. I felt completely at the mercy of things I didn't understand. It's still very vivid.
Scared for her life, Zoe drives straight to her parents' home in Big Bear, California.
Blanket.
Zoe proceeded to tell me what had happened. She went through the whole experience, and she thought she was going to die. She was just hysterical. It took her a long time to calm down. I was just horrified, really. I mean, like, what is going on? It was a scary time.
Who's that? I called Roz.
Roz Reynolds is a family friend who happens to be a professional psychic.
There was no doubt in believing her. I know there are haunted houses. I've I've known people who have been in them, and my best advice, like right off the top of my head, is call for help.
My name is Rosalind Reynolds, and I am clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. I am very strong with balancing, healing, and clearing energy in spaces with people.
What is all this?
These are my tools that I use when I'm working.
It's okay. You can trust her.
Roz, she's been a friend of my mom's for a long time. She was the person we knew that deals with this day in and day out.
Roz begins her session with an attempt to contact the spirit Zoe encountered in her home.
I was able to see this spirit, to connect with this spirit, and I realized immediately that she was an incredibly strong spirit. It's very rare for a spirit to be able to levitate.
She could have killed you if she really wanted to.
What do you mean?
The spirit you encountered, she's powerful. But she's just a mean-spirited prankster, and that's all.
Before I even told her everything, Roz was able to describe what the girl looked like.
If the spirit had any true intention to do her harm, she would have. There was no true intent to harm. There was just the desire to be a troublemaker, create energy that she could, live on.
Why is she here? What does she want from me?
You brought her to you.
What?
You emit a light from within you. It's like a magnet that attracts lost souls.
Zoe is extremely psychic, but never felt it.
She said, you shine a light that they're attracted to, and they're coming for you.
But why now? After all this time, why?
I call it an awakening.
Zoe was at a very powerful turning point in her life. And when we reach a point where we are no longer willing to just accept the way things are going, that sort of sets it up. I describe that as boom, the wake-up call. It hits you.
What does this mean?
It means you're going to be seeing a lot more spirits.
Next, Roz attempts to figure out where the ghost came from.
I'm using the skills of remote viewing, using maps, where I am looking at just the general structure of the area. I'm putting my hand over the map, feeling energy.
Suddenly, she has a vision of a long-forgotten graveyard not far from Zoe's home.
These were not the well-marked graveyards of families, and etc. These were graveyards of people who meant nothing to anyone. No one cared, and they just eventually became swallowed up by civilization.
Roz warns Zoe and her mother the negative energy from the nearby graveyard has opened a portal inside her home.
Well, when you say open portal, do you mean spirits are just coming in and out?
Yes, they come and go as they please.
The creation of portal energy is kind of like a perfect storm situation. It's a combination of the energy, the frequencies of the land, the place, the people involved.
Although Zoe is reluctant to return to the townhouse, Roz gives her tools to protect herself and assures Zoe that she has the power to fight back.
I told her point blank, you have to take your power with this because, yeah, you're going to be victimized if you don't. They don't have any power unless you give it to them.
I was still terrified, but knowing that she had me protected was somewhat of a relief. She told me to lay crystals and pennies around the corners of the room. It created some kind of a field, electromagnetic field, that they didn't like to cross. At that time, I'd really hoped this was the end of seeing anything. I just wanted to be left alone. I wanted to feel safe in my own space. I wanted to not feel threatened in my home.
One night, Zoe touches base with her daughter who's attending a local college.
Oh, I was just calling to check in on you, wondering how you've been. I feel like I haven't seen you in a few weeks.
I've been super busy with classes. Just had a bunch of exams all in a row. Maybe next week I can stop by your place for dinner.
I tried to protect my children from this. I didn't want them to be feeling what I was feeling. I didn't want to worry them. I didn't want to put that burden on them. I would have to just deal with that best I could and leave them out of it.
Mom?
You know what? I think it's best that we go out to eat. You're probably sick of cafeteria food anyway. Look, why don't I text you next week about dinner, okay?
Okay, Mom. Love you.
Love you too.
There was a guy, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, I kind of, jerked my head back and gasped. And then when I did that, he realized I could see him.
What do you want?
Zoe Day's California townhouse has become a hotbed of paranormal activity. Despite the protective measures she's put in place, spirits continue to emerge from a portal in her home.
What do you want?
They were angrily stomping. I could hear them on the walls behind. Just making a ton of noise. It was all terrifying.
Desperate to move out, Zoe contacts her landlord.
At that point, I hadn't slept for about 3 days. I felt unsafe. I felt like there's nothing I can do to protect myself.
Hi, Mr. Wilson. Thank you for coming. Come on in.
Sure. What seems to be the issue?
Actually, I was hoping you'd let me out of the lease.
Let you out of the lease?
Mm-hmm.
Why? You just moved in.
It's personal.
I wish I could help, but you signed a year contract.
Please, I can't live here. It's not safe for me.
I'm sorry you're having troubles, but my hands are tied.
No.
When the landlord wouldn't let me out of the lease, it was upsetting. I couldn't take it anymore. And it just became clear that I couldn't be alone. I just wanted to leave.
She was, at this point, so traumatized. So traumatized. There wasn't going to be anywhere she could stay by herself.
Zoe tries to understand why she wasn't able to ward off the spirits. According to Roz, Zoe has the power within her to fight back.
Listen to me, you don't need to be afraid. What you need to do is you need to learn how to stand in your own power. You have the control, you can do this.
The spirits like to be in charge. They're very much about intimidation and harassment to try and get control of the mind and heart and spirit. Their energy is very dependent on the energy of the person experiencing the paranormal events. They want to feed on that. I had to help her get to the realization that she has the power to control this. You have to stand up and you have to take charge of this. And you have to realize that this is your life.
Standing in your power is setting the boundaries for what you will and won't allow. But when you're scared, that lets them come in.
Hello?
Zoe Day is being terrorized by spirits invading her home.
I opened the closet and it was just a black hole. And there were spirits down there. And they were trying to pull me down.
Zoe wonders if this nightmare is a message. She immediately reaches out to psychic medium Roz Reynolds.
Hello? Roz? I know where the portal is. Will you help me close it?
And I explained my dream to Roz. She was very excited. She goes, "That's the portal. That's the portal." That's how they're getting into your house. So that way you can now block that portal. We have to sear that portal closed.
I feel like where Zoe was at the time, it was an important shift in her perspective of her power and taking control of that. She was ready to get that thing shut, to stop that energy flow there.
Zoe asks her parents and Roz to join forces to close the portal.
I needed my family next to me.
Let's begin. First, I am going to encircle all of you in a white light. It is crucial during this time that each of you focus your energy on closing the portal.
I place myself in the center of that energy field in Zoe's home. I then draw a line of white light, and I ask my angels and guides to come in and reinforce the energy that I have established there. I extend it up into the universe and down to the core of the earth.
Yes, that's good. Keep your minds clear. Continue to imagine the white light. Stand next to it and it will protect you. And remember, they don't have any power unless you give it to them.
She coached us through the whole process, and it involved, channeling energy and white light.
We had done all the salt and done the crystals and done the copper, and Roz felt we were pretty secure.
Roz then senses paranormal activity coming from upstairs.
Whatever made you think you were entitled to use this door? It is finished!
There was definitely resistance to closing that energy field that was allowing, these activities to go on.
I meditated and concentrated on it and put forth my prayerful and creative intentions to get the portal closed. And as I was doing this, I felt that it was working, that it was going to stop.
I realized how much power that had to come from a place of strength and not fear, and be able to say, I don't consent, you're not allowed here.
Leave! Now! Return to where you came from!
I can see the spirits receding as that opening closes and begins to narrow down.
Now!
And the door shuts. It did feel very different the minute that process was completed. And that's how I know it has been a successful closing. Any and all vestige of their energy or any of their negative intent has been neutralized and removed.
It's done. The portal is closed.
Although the house is cleansed of spirits, the experience has proven exhausting. Zoe moves in temporarily with her parents. As for her psychic gift, she is learning to live with it.
I want Zoe to do whatever she feels like is right for her to do with her abilities. If she did nothing more, I would be fine with that. And, as long as she's happy, I just want her to be happy.
I think she's continuing to evolve since this all started. She's a totally different person now, where she was very weak and vulnerable before. She knows what she needs to do, and she's, taking control of her own life again. So that's a big change.
I definitely feel more empowered. Now I've gained a peace with it and a comfort. So it's still a journey, it's still a process. But I'm open to see where this goes. As Roz said, this can either be a curse or a gift.